Hey, right, so this video is going to be used in the new blog we've got coming out in a few weeks, but I thought I'd get it started with some book reviews, and I want to start doing this every time I finish a book and every week basically, because I sort of read a book a week. So I'm going to be doing a book review so that you guys in the personal development sphere can just sort of take my opinion, use it as you wish, and then just maybe read the book, buy the book, whatever, and you can actually buy all of the books that I talk about down there. I've got the Amazon link. I don't get anything for that. It's just sort of easier for you. So yeah, the first book I want to talk about in book review number 1 is Robert Kiyosaki's latest book. Now, I'm not entirely sure this is out yet. I haven't actually got the link for down there yet, but I think it is because I got the book last November when I was at his course. So Robert Kiyosaki was the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's what really put him into the self-development world. It was on the New York bestsellers list for God knows how many years, and it really sort of gave everyone the fundamental idea behind working hard on yourself and working hard on creating multiple income streams and assets instead of going to school to get a job to then get buying liabilities, which is what most of us do. And there's just we usually spend more money than we make, and that's just how the half of the world works, or most of the world works. Actually, pretty much every single person in the middle class, really, don't want to say every single person, but most middle class people and any class people tend to spend too much on liabilities as well. So what Robert Kiyosaki's fundamentals is to create assets that can then pay for your liabilities, because obviously we all like a few liabilities in life. Maybe it's the cars, the dinners, the whatever. I know his is Ferraris. He loves Ferraris. So yeah, I met Robert at an event last November. My stage manager, him, and his team, got to speak with him and him and Kim. I got to spend a few minutes alone with him and Kim, which was really, really insightful, and just to see them up close and just ask them questions. It was just phenomenal and just mind blowing, really, and to know that a year or two before I didn't even know who these were, and then I became huge fans of them and got to spend some time with them, which was absolutely fantastic. So yeah, this is Robert Kiyosaki's new book. It's called Second Chance. It is basically it's more economic than his other books. It's more he talks more about how the economy works and the financial crisis, and how people need to be prepared for financial crises and lots and lots and lots. It talks a lot about previous economical changes. Talks about debt. It talks about absolutely just lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of interesting stuff. And then it does again talk to people about getting financially free, becoming rich in their speak through investing in assets. It's a really enjoyable read, really easy read, like all of Robert Kiyosaki's books. It's dedicated to his mentor, who was that Buckminster Fuller. He was an economist. I think, I do believe. Let me just check. I don't actually know. I think there was a dedication. He was an inventor, teacher, and a philosopher. But yeah, all in all, fantastic little book. Yeah, lots and lots and lots. Basically, again, it talks about the use of 401ks and how people are. Obviously, this is we're in England, and well, some of you guys may be in America, but they're basically pension funds over here. So people take our money and then invest in the pension funds, and they get a certain percentage. They don't even get a certain percentage guaranteed anymore. But the guys that have the money that are investing in the pension tend to make a lot more money than you do. And it's based on the market, really, and people make and lose money. They think that, it'll go up and down, but it'll always go up. That's fantastic. Well, that's just speculative and not great investing, and frankly, if you're doing that, you deserve to lose money, really. You need to, become a proper investor and think about the long term in terms of what's going to be here in 10 years, what's going to be here in 20 years. Is it undervalued? Is it something that I can, this is coming from me. I'm an investor in property and business, so I don't want to blow people's heads off and say that you shouldn't invest in mutual funds, because some people, that's just what they do because it's easy and people do it for them. So I guess I'm not I say completely do it, but if you're into self-development, you're into investing, and you're into getting rich, you don't do mutual funds, because you're not going to get rich through mutual funds ever. Fact. But yeah, really, really cool book. You can get it down there. It's called Second Chance. I really, really, definitely recommend you reading it. It's basically, it's just easy to read. Lots of questions, lots of graphs, and it talks about the American economy and the Great Depression, and how since the Great Depression there was barely any blips, and since then it's just gone. So we've had depressions and economic crises that are much worse situations than we are now. Again, more graphs and illustrations on just the fundamentals of national debt and national security. It sounds complicated, but it's really not. It really, for the untrained economist, for the person that doesn't really have any idea what economics is, or what the national debt crisis is, what all the financial crisis is, what the sort of trends have been in the past in terms of economic crises and debt crises. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic book, and I definitely recommend reading it. It'll teach you fundamentals of. It's more of a book where, it's a click book, so it's meant to make you think, shit. Hence the second chance, because we've all got a second chance, no matter how old you are, what financial situation you are in. If you just follow the rules that Kiyosaki set up in his array of books, you probably won't go far wrong. Just invest in assets, don't invest in don't spend money on liabilities, and just keep pushing. So yeah, really cool book. Thanks, guys.